So I've come to a realization that black women, especially black Americanized women, love drug dealers. Black women love drug dealers, right? I came to this realization after seeing this video of this guy talking about the 50 Cent Big Meech beef, right? And he related to the song from Rick Ross, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. And I had no idea who Big Meech is, right? So when they talk about Big Meech and Big Meeches, I'm like, why people so obsessed with this guy? Who is he? Who is this guy who just came out of prison for serving 20 out of 30 years that everybody's like so hype over? And I just had to look him up and see that this guy was like a criminal drug dealer, probably a murderer, and the black community just glorifies him. And I started thinking about it is, I remember when the first time I heard Little Meech, and I had no idea who Little Meech is. I'm like, why is this guy so important? What? He's getting a Hollywood role. Why is it everybody so hype over him? And he's now skyrocketed to one of the best actors in black Hollywood. And I'm like, why? Who is he? What have he done? Is he like Michael B. Jordan? No. He's the son of a drug dealer. That's it. And I remember the first time I heard of Little Meech, I hear of this black female celebrity, I can't remember her name right now, said, oh, he's so cute. He looked just like his father. And I'm like, the fuck? You know what I mean? And now it's clicking in my head is that these older black women are so obsessed with drug dealers and so in love with drug dealers that they, even though they act as if they're now Christian and they're saved, because remember now they want to play the Christian game like Black China. Oh, now they're saved and they're now into Jesus. They still have that admiration and love and attraction to drug dealers. And it never really wash out. They just mask it, right? And it's crazy because now after these black women get used up by these drug dealers, they keep asking, where all the good men at? Where all the good men? Where have they gone? Why don't these good men want to date black women? Why are all these athletes and doctors and people who go to college date outside of race only in the black community? I'm not going to answer that question for you, because why would somebody who go to college for 4 years to become a doctor and go to church and, you know, do volunteer work and just completely erased from this criminal lifestyle, why would he, who want to become a lawyer, a doctor, train his way to become a basketball player, why would he ruin all of that by associating himself with somebody who's engulfed in a criminal mentality? Black women has made drug dealing and gang banging lifestyle like a major part of our culture, to the fact that these grown men keep glorifying, I think I'm Big Meech. Like, I had no idea who Larry Hoover is. Didn't Drake and Kanye West had a free Larry Hoover kind of thing? And I was like, is Larry Hoover a Black Panther or something? Did he fight for our freedom? Or is he just now another drug dealer? Like, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out. Like, imagine, I've grown up with 4 female cousins, my aunties, my grandmother, my mother, and the only man in the house is my father, right? And I grew up in the hood, and I heard of how they speak about drug dealers. A couple of my cousins are pregnant by drug dealers, and all they sleep with is drug dealers. It's only when I'm becoming an adult, they sort of like humble themselves, and I hear them say, yo, they wish they had found a guy like me. A guy who's just basically oblivious to this criminal mentality. And it's crazy because as I'm now working in the healthcare field, I'm hearing these black women talk to younger black girls, and the way they speak about drug dealers. I remember this one time, this group of CNAs and this one nurse was gathered around. And the nurse is like in her late 50s. And she was like, oh, back in the days when those drug dealers, they were real drug dealers. They had the fur and the nice cars. And she speak about it as if it's something to be proud of. Like, they're not a stain on the black community. Like, they're not the bad guys. And it's just entrenched into young girls, where now I seen this video of TikTok. These girls like, do you want a 9-to-5 guy or a drug dealer? And they're like, oh, we want the drug dealers. And I'm like, you've been programmed not to respect a hardworking man from a young age. Where if a woman see a hardworking man, unless he's rich, like he's a CEO or white collar, they don't respect him. Oh, you're just a plumber, or you're just a bus driver, we don't respect you. And it's sad, because this is the only race or demographic of women that don't have respect for their man unless they're Tupac. Unless they're hyper masculine, criminal mentality kind of men. So when they talk about they're strong, when they talk about the best black man, they're talking about the Tupacs of the world. The second come down to Denzel Washington. It's either you are like a criminal or you're rich. Criminal, rich. Those are the two, right? So rich man, Michael Jordan, they pass. Okay, they're rich, but these black women who know who Big Meech is from when, have no idea of any black inventors. Happy Black History Month, by the way. Right? And it's so sad, because why would I want to have children and then have them associated with somebody who spent the majority of their lives around felons? You have a felon, your girlfriends, they have felonies, you have a felony past, and your auntie have felonies, your mama have felonies, your daddy have felonies if he's in your life. All your friends had felonies, and you want us to make you raise our children. Why wouldn't we go to? That's the reason why when you see the Indian man have his daughter, or the Chinese man have his daughter, or even the African man have his daughter, they're like, no, stay away from these black Americans, because that's how you think. And you think people are racist against you. No, it's just common sense. You literally glorify criminals. And why would we want you around us? I don't want you around my family when I have one. Like, you know what I mean? It's so, black people glorify criminals so much that they glorify fake criminals. Because when I say this, the first, other people glorify the criminals too. What about the Italians? Italians don't speak of their mobsters. They speak about Frank Sinatra. You black people love mobsters more than the Italians. We, as a set of people, we love criminals so much that we glorify a fictitious criminal. Scarface, Tony Montana, is not real. He's not a real person. But you go into black people's houses, they have him next to Jesus and Martin Luther King. It's Martin Luther King, Obama, Jesus, Scarface, Tony Montana. Like, why would we want you around our children? Like, it's just not clicking. And when we speak about the descendant mentality of this, you know what I mean? And like, oh, we want a real man, a gangster. We want a gangster, roughneck. Gotta get a roughneck. When we speak about it, you're saying that, oh, we're racist and we don't like our mamas. No, we don't grow up around that. I was raised watching anime. Naruto. Why would we now want, because you're going to resent us because we're not giving the spark of criminality. You understand? And no, that's not even the worst part. The worst part out of all of this, the worst part out of all of this, is that besides black women just being so infatuated and loving criminals so much, what's worse than them loving criminals so much that they teach it to their daughters and their granddaughters and their nieces and their friends and every young girl to love criminals too, is that they are teaching and preaching the mentality to let these criminals, these gangsters, these drug dealers, basically degrade them. Like piss on them, beat them, abuse them, hit them, and I've watched these girls get abused by drug dealers, and they run back to them and laugh about it like, oh, it's such a good story to tell. Like, I've watched it. And why would I, as a man who worked myself to become who I am, or a drug dealer, or even better, a lawyer, sorry, not a drug dealer, or even better, a lawyer or a doctor or a CEO who work on himself, want to be with a girl who degraded herself throughout her lower 20s to a drug dealer? Like, can you imagine marrying a girl and one day you pass one of her ex-friends and like, oh snap, that's your wife? Oh good, man, how you doing? Like, you know what I mean? You end up, one of your employees know your wife. He's like, oh, that's your wife? Oh, that's good, man. And then you're like, how you know my wife? Oh, she's Friday. And like, why do you call her Friday? No, that was her nickname when she was young. That's Friday. But that's a weird nickname. Why you call her Friday? See, so I gotta tell you. That's because every Friday, she used to come to the trap house and suck all 10 of our D's on Fridays. She was a Friday D sucker. That's Friday. You know what I mean? She comes, she's all fun. She let us piss on her on Friday. But only on Fridays. You know, I guess you go to other trap houses on other days. You don't want to be married to Friday. Like, I'm telling you. That's wild. Like, and it's not like a joke, but these girls allow these drug dealers and gangbangers to degrade them. Why you think golden showers came in? I hear Young Miami talk about she let P. Diddy pee on her. P. Diddy. Bessie Betty Diddy on her too. Like, all these girls who start, I don't know, you ever notice why they start glorifying spitting in their mouths? Or they really start tossing a salad for men? Because these gangbangers look at them as nothing and want to find a way to degrade them. And they're literally finding a way, because they're Fridays. Happy Friday. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why should we respect you? And then these same women demand respect from us. You can easily point out a girl who loves a drug dealer, right? You can easily. Any girl who got her body done, she got her, even though she's a CNA or a cashier at McDonald's, or she work at a clothing store, she got her body done because a drug dealer wanted to get her body done. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about it is, he probably didn't pay for it. She used her tax money. They're trying to catch, girls are not getting their body done for themselves or for us. They're getting it done to hopefully get a drug dealer. When they live in the hood and they work at Walgreens and they got fake tatas or BBL, they almost kill themselves for a BBL. That's the reason why. Because they believe the drug dealers are the providers. Well, you know, it's easy to provide when you're paying, using, scamming somebody else's money or selling crack to kids. It's easy because you don't have to work for it. You don't have to get up and work 8 hours. But they don't like that. You know what I mean? I hear, like, there was a whole run. Even B. Simone said she don't respect 9-to-5 niggas because you cannot understand them, and she don't like 9-to-5 guys. But I'm pretty sure B. Simone was sleeping with drug dealers. You know what I mean? Listen to the songs. I like hood nigga and drug dealers and gang bangers and listen to Remy Ma. Listen to they love drug dealers. And it's a double-edged sword for us black men. Because if we really, really, really want to not be affiliated with criminals, or we just want to have a lifestyle where her ex-boyfriend, who was an ex-drug dealer, don't come out of prison, and like Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey's wife, where we all thought she was going to leave him when our ex-husband drug dealer came out of prison. She probably still do. She's probably waiting for the right time for him to slip up. Oh, can't take this no more. Take half your money. Drug dealer we go. When all that falls through, she probably really does want a drug dealer. She probably is Jada Pickett's making it up. Like Jada, she's still waiting for Tupac to come back. They don't want us. So, but when we leave them and they see us on the beach with some European or Asian or Indian or you know what I mean, East African women, they are even some Hispanic women, they get vexed. They get visibly vexed because they're like, yo, no, I want that lifestyle. They want to be on the beach. They want to be at these places. They want to live the lifestyle. They just really, they were like, oh, they want us to spend to give them a lifestyle, and in their mind they can tolerate us until the drug dealer come back. Like, the majority of the girls who have kids, right? Ask them about their baby father. Ask them what he does, what he did when they meet him. Start prying and make them talk. Make them talk. If they don't want to talk, no, make them talk. I'm pretty sure he was either a drug dealer or a gangbanger. If she's in a black community or associated, some of these Hispanic girls or Asian girls that hang around with black girls a lot, every girl who hang around with black girls a lot gravitate to drug dealers. Ask them, let them talk, and soon they're going to tell you that their baby father was a drug dealer or a gangbanger. But like, it just never fails. It never fails. There's never a guy that the majority, like 90% of the time, is going to be some criminal. I promise you. I promise you, it's going to be some criminal. And like any girl, if she's Asian or she's Hispanic or even she's white and she hang around black girls a lot and she talk black and she have a baby, the baby dad is most likely a drug dealer or a pookie. I guarantee you. You know what I mean? And he never married her. She was just Friday to him. Yo, and it's crazy. Like, some of these girls will say they get saved and marry you and then resent you and deny you sex. And even if they give you sex, they would never give you the sex that they give to the drug dealer. They out here tossing your salad. How you can't talk to them like that? You can't raise. Who are you? You can tell who date the drug dealers because how they talk. Yo, how don't talk to me like that. Watch yourself. Like, they talk to you as if they're a man. They're masculine because they're used to being in an abusive situation. So that masculine man-to-man conversation, like how these drug dealers talk to them, is how they used to be talked to, and they're bringing it into your relationship to you. To destroy whatever you got. Like, this video is going. I could go on forever. This video is gonna be chopped up. I'm gonna make mad fucking shorts out of this video. But yo, just like it, and I'm gonna continue this because this is a topic that we're not talking about. This is a topic that we're not talking about. It's like we're afraid because YouTube will ban us for saying it. But this is a topic that we're not talking about. Right? Just give me a like, comment and share this video because this video got to be that video. I'm out.